Girlfriend lied about only sleeping with one guy on our break. I found out that she's currently sexting with another guy who she also slept on break. I now doubt everything she says. Girlfriend is 24 and I am 25. We're high school sweethearts and have been dating since we were 17. We went to the same college and have a pretty great relationship overall. Sure, we have had our ups and downs, like any relationship, but she is my best friend and I can imagine spending the rest of my life with her. We are each other's first serious relationship and lost our virginity to each other. During our junior year of college, she asked for a break out of the blue. After we had been together for 5 years, my girlfriend asked to take a break from our relationship. I know. Please don't respond to this post about how breaks never work. I was not on board with the idea. I did not agree with it. But she said that it was either we take a break or break up. I relented because I loved her and was scared to lose her. She said that she loved me and she only intended on being with me, but needed to take a break for personal reasons to see how it is to live her own life as an adult, is what she later said. We talked about what would happen if either of us did anything with someone else during our break. She stated that seeing someone else during the break was not her intention, though we never implicitly agreed not to do anything, I guess, looking back on it. I was really torn up during the break. I missed her a lot, but also couldn't stop thinking negative thoughts about myself. Thankfully, I had some good friends that I could talk to at the time who helped me through it. The break went on for about 3 or 4 weeks with very minimal contact. Eventually, she came to me and said she wanted to get back together. I said okay. We had a talk about what each other had done during the break. At the time, I felt like it was a completely honest talk. We had both done normal life things. According to our conversation, nothing significant happened for either of us relationship-wise. She said she missed me. I said I missed her. When we first got back together, I was just relieved to be back with her, honestly. Things were going pretty good after we got back together. We were interacting like we previously had and having sex like normal. 2 or 3 weeks after our break ended, and we had got back together, she told me that she was feeling guilty and wanted to tell me something. She proceeded to tell me that during our break she slept with someone and made out with multiple people at bars around town. I was very hurt initially, but at the time I figured I could get over it. I also had pressure from my family to stay with her to some degree. So, I chose to forgive and try to forget. After all, we were on a break, and although she initially lied to me, she was feeling guilty and confessed. Okay, I can deal with that. Over the next couple years, we seemed to move past this as a couple. There were times when I thought about it, but they were random passing thoughts. Our relationship was going well. While our relationship wasn't picture perfect, I truly loved this girl and started to feel like I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. We moved in together our last year of college. Stayed in our college town for a couple months after graduating, both got a job, etc. A little while after graduating, she agreed to move across the country for her job. We had always wanted to explore our country and the world while we were young, so I was excited to go explore another area with her. The circumstances of the move actually worked good for both of us. The new city was hard to get used to at first, but I was starting to feel like we were settling in as far as lifestyle and friends. Things were really good for us. This brings me to about 3 weeks ago, about 3 years after the break. I was in our bed one day when she wasn't home, and I don't know what came over me, but I decided to open up her iPad and take a look at her text messages. I had no reason or suspicion of anything. It was completely random. I saw something that looked very suspicious. What I saw was a message from a male high school friend of hers that was flirty and suggestive in nature. She reacted to this message with a heart expression. She hearted the message. This message was marked about a month and a half ago at the time I noticed it. This was the only message in the text chain, and it was clear other messages had been deleted, including any messages she sent. Thinking back on it, there had been instances of me seeing her text this friend. That's how I know there was a previous text chain and deleted messages, and talk to him on the phone, sometimes late at night. This was not super common, but happened from time to time. When I would ask why she felt like she needed to take a call from him at 1 a.m., she would say she was giving him advice on the girls he was dating, trying to be a good friend and all. I truly never felt threatened by this man and fully trusted her. That's why I was so confused about finding this message. A couple days went by after I found this message. Eventually, one night after we had been out drinking, I confronted her about it. I said I felt bad about looking at her texts. I know it's a breach of privacy, but found something that didn't sit right with me and wanted an explanation. She was surprised and cried, asked how long it had been since I saw the message. She didn't really attack me or seem mad about the fact that I snooped on her messages. I told her it had only been a couple days since I saw this message, but was concerned because it was recent and it had seemed like the text chain was deleted. After some poking for an answer, she just said that it felt good to get attention from someone else. It made her feel sexy and good about herself. After a little more pushing by me, though, she admitted that she had slept with this friend of hers as well, in addition to the other person she slept with on the break, while we were on our break, 3 years ago. I was shocked. I had not seen that coming. I was really hurt for a couple days. At the time of this conversation, I got pretty heated as I was a bit intoxicated, but I felt like it was warranted. I asked her why she hadn't told me about this before. I asked if there was anything else going on between them, trying to see what kind of relationship they really had. She said no, it was just a mistake at the time. Blah blah blah. She hasn't admitted to doing anything beyond sleeping with him once during our break and liking a couple sext messages. I told her that under these circumstances I cannot trust what she was telling me. We have been fairly normal in the week since, but I can't stop thinking about this. I think the part that hurts the most is that she was indulging this guy, interacting with him in a sexual way, fairly recently while lying to me about sleeping with him in the past, this whole time since our break ended. I feel conflicted because of the way I found the original message. I also sometimes feel like I am overreacting a bit. I am truly hurt though. I can't shake the feeling that something more was going on. I had talked to her about it a couple times since the initial confrontation. She has expressed remorse and said she wishes she could take it back but cannot. I can't help but think what she would do if the roles were reversed. I want to trust this girl. I want to marry her and spend the rest of my life with her. I love her, but I cannot trust her when it comes to this and can't clear my mind of it. What I am most upset about is the lying about the fact, until now, that she only slept with one person and the fact that she was recently texting this person. What I am asking you guys for is advice. Am I blowing this out of proportion? Do I have something to worry about? Do you think she is hiding more information from me that would make her look bad? Is our relationship worth trying to repair? Or will it come back to bite me in the future? Also, I had met this guy in high school and have his number. I feel like it would help me move past this if I contacted him myself and he corroborated what she told me. Do you guys think this is a good idea? What things can I do to help myself move past this? Any advice is appreciated. Best comments, with OP answering at the end. You know she's economical with the truth, so why on earth do you believe what she's telling you about this guy? She was very relieved that you hadn't been reading her messages for long, and why do you think that is? She wanted a break in college to check out a few local studs, and you foolishly agreed to take her back. She had a connection with one guy, and she's maintained contact with him since. I honestly can't believe that you think she hasn't seen him since college. Honestly, there is a life lesson here. When a woman says she wants a break, she already has her next bedmate already waiting. Let her go, move on, and learn from this. You continued in this relationship on false pretenses. She knew this information, knew the damage it would cause, and kept it to herself because she is dishonest and selfish. She is not trustworthy. She never will be. You don't marry people with those characteristics. They will not change. You sound like you have codependent tendencies. Unless you seek counseling or some other kind of help, you will remain a doormat for this abusive woman. Lying and infidelity are abuse. No other way to see them. She is not safe. She will probably never be. You simply got played for a fool. You were chumped. She used the word break as a loophole to bang other dudes for a while, and you fell for it. These guys were probably the studs around town, and when they kept banging other chicks and didn't take her in full time, she came back to you because you were waiting patiently on the shelf for her. I hope, after reading all of these responses, that you have dumped her by now and told her to take her tears to whoever pops up first on her list of guys that give her enjoyable attention. She is selfish, attention-hungry, and doesn't value you. She is not marriage material. Don't waste another second. Let her go and find yourself someone who is worthy of marriage. Opie, I truly appreciate all the advice. I got what I asked for in the replies. I know what I'm going to do next. I will break up.